Well, good afternoon, everyone. It's time for Strat-O-Matic Baseball. I'm Spokane Steve, and I'll be bringing you today's ball game. First, a shout out to Franklin Long, Kenyon Gray, and So Bowley. Welcome aboard, guys. We got a game today. We're moving on to May 12th on the schedule. Time's flying, no question about that. And there's Ben. Greetings, Ben. Very light today. I don't know how it looks on the to you guys on the screen. I've got the blinds open in the dining area. Light enough, in fact, that I can see fairly well without my reading glasses on. And there's Kelly Hibbs. Hello, Kelly. Franklin was here early for batting practice. Okay, I'm trying to psych myself up. I got to admit, I'm dragging butt today. Hopefully, as we get into the swing of the game, that'll perk up my spirits a little bit. It's the Chicago White Sox at the Baltimore Orioles, the last of a 3-game set between these two clubs. Bruce Howard on the mound for the White Sox, and Frank Bertana for Baltimore. Howard, a right-hander, had a really nice card in limited duty. Bertana, solid, over 63 innings. Starter reliever, it says on Bertana. I was under the impression he was more of a reliever, but neither one is underlined, as is the case with Howard. See the underline there? That indicates primarily a starter, some in relief. Starter relief, he was a starter first, but not dramatically so. And I believe that's what that means anyway. Let's check their numbers in the replay here. For Howard, just 2 ball games, both in relief, a 4.5 earned run average, no record. For Bertana, he's been in 2 games, 1-0 with a save, no runs allowed in 2 innings. And as much as I would like to try it, I'm going to go ahead and put the reading glasses on. Yes, there we go. That's better. Trying to fool myself there, right, that I could get by without them. Let me refresh here, and then we'll get into it. Ben, that would be me. And thank you, Kenyon, some nice information on Bruce Howard. No, I don't remember him either. I vaguely remember Bertana. Here's the White Sox batting order today. It'll be Don Buford leading off at second. Tommy Agee in center field, moving back up to the 2 spot. Danny Cater in left hits third. Bill Skowron at first base in the cleanup spot. Gene Freese at third base, batting 5th. Jerry McNertney will do the catching and bat 6th. Ken Berry is in right field today, batting 7th, with Ron Hansen, the shortstop, 8th. And Howard, a switch-hitting pitcher, batting 9th. For Baltimore, Andy Etchebarren behind the plate again. Boog Powell at first. Hang on, let me change that on my chart. I forgot to write that one in. Jerry Adair at second and Davey Johnson at short. Day off for Aparicio. Brooks Robinson down at third, of course, and the outfield from left to right, Blefary, Blair, and Frank Robinson. So with that, we're about ready to get this one underway. Bertana's ready. Buford standing in. Switch hitter batting right-handed, comes into the game with a .235 average, 2 home runs, and 11 RBIs. Bertana, the lefty, gets the sign from Etchebarren. There's the pitch to Buford. That's a 5-8 right-handed grounder to second base X. That'll be Adair. He's a 2E18. The roll on the play is a 13, and he makes a nice play and throws him out, and we are underway. Boy, the Orioles are just blessed with all kinds of good fielders, aren't they? They got a 2E18 second baseman on the bench. One away, and here's Agee. Agee hitting just 195. Does not have a home run yet, 9 RBI. So Agee trying to get on track still. Probably their best player. Bertena into the windup. Here's the pitch. 3-8 left-handed. He struck him out. So Agee's struggles continue. And here's Cater. Cater just 5 for 25. Sorry, 5 for 23. That's 217. He does have 1 home run. The left-hander stares in now. The windup and the pitch to Cater is a 5-8 right-handed. That's grounded to second base X again. That'll be Adair, a 2E18. Adair ranges behind the bag as the dice go flying. And the outcome is a sparkling play by Adair. Twists and throws in time. So 2 nice plays by Jerry Adair. A 1-2-3 inning for Bertena. And we're going to the bottom of the first, scoreless. Here's Bruce Howard now taking his warm-ups. And here's the Baltimore lineup. Jerry Adair will bat leadoff and play second base. Kurt Bleffery in left. Frank Robinson in the customary 3 spot in right field. Brooks will hit cleanup and play, of course, third base. Boog Powell at first base hits 5th. Davey Johnson at shortstop today, hitting 6th. Paul Blair in center 8th. Echebarren will do the catching and bat, Blair 7th. Echebarren will do the catching and bat 8th. Bertena, the pitcher, will hit 9th. For Chicago, Jerry McNertney, of course, doing the catching. Skowron at first. Buford and Hansen up the middle with Gene Freese at third. The outfield left to right of Cater, Agee, and Ken Berry. Howard has completed his warm-ups now. Here's Jerry Adair. Adair has not played yet this season. So a season debut for Adair. Well, at least he doesn't have he hasn't even been in a game defensively. He has not played at all. Well, let's look at his card. He had 422 at-bats. Probably most of them, however, were with Chicago, right? Looks like he gets traded over there at some point this season. 249, 282 on base. Howard ready to work now. The pitch to Adair. 4-7 right-handed, and he walks him. A leadoff walk to Jerry Adair, his first plate appearance of the season. Let's check the battery now for the White Sox. Howard a -1 hold. McNertney a +1 catcher, so that's a wash. Adair a 13. No star. And here's Bleffery. And a shout out to Jeremiah and Mike C. Looks like the gang's mostly all here. Bleffery standing in now from the left side. He comes into the game leading the club in batting at .366. 4 home runs, 17 runs batted in. Howard into the windup. Pitch to Bleffery, 212 right-handed. It's a fly ball into right field. That's playable for Berry. And there's one down. Here's Frank Robinson now. Frank hitting .326, 6 home runs, 19 RBIs. Runner not being held. Howard comes to the plate. 2-7 right-handed. It's a fly ball into center field. Agee ranging back now and hauls it in for out number 2. Here's Brooks Robinson. Looking for Brooks's line. He's batting .330. 2 home runs, 16 RBIs. Runner at first, 2 down. Howard looks at the runner. Now it comes to the plate, 5-12. It's a comebacker. Grounder to the pitcher, X. Howard to 3E30. And here's the play. On an 8, that's the E range. We've got a roll of a 7 on an E30. And he boots it. Error Howard. We haven't had a pitcher error for a while. Remember I was commenting on that earlier in the season. Adair goes down to second. First and second, 2 away, and here comes Boog Powell. Powell batting .346 so far. Leads the club in homers with 8 and has 15 RBIs. 8 home runs would also place him among the league leaders in that category. Howard gets the sign from McNertney. Now the windup, the pitch to the Boog is a 5-6, 2-star single, and a run will come in. Triple on a 1, the roll is a 12, and that's an RBI single for Powell. Adair will score. Brooks Robinson goes into third. And it's 1-0 Baltimore. Boy, this Baltimore team, I'm telling you what, they come into the game 17-4. First place in the American League, of course. They have let's check it out, a 3-game lead on the Twins, 5 on the Athletics. The White Sox at 8-13 are 9 games behind already. And here's Davey Johnson. Davey once again playing shortstop today. His first start at short this season. He's batting .287 with a homer and 10 RBIs. Runners at the corners. Howard from the stretch, 4-5 right-handed. He pops him up. Hansen will take it to retire the side. The Orioles settle for a run on a hit. They leave a pair. After 1 complete in Baltimore, it's Orioles 1, White Sox nothing. Here's Bertena now. Sounds like the diggers have stopped for a moment. Maybe it's their lunch break or something. They were making a lot of noise out there earlier. Catching up on the chat now. Oh yeah, Franklin, I did too as well. Get there early for BP. Oh, that's cool, Jeremiah. Jimmy Buffett cover at a minor league game. That should be fun. Here come the White Sox as we move to the second inning. Bill Skowron will start things off. Hitting just .207. He's got a pair of home runs. 3 RBIs. Right-handed hitter. Bertena gets the sign. Here's the pitch. That's a 5-9 right-handed. Base hit. No, it's a triple. On a 2, that's going to get down the line, and Skowron is just going to run and run and run. He is in with a lead-off triple. Holy cow, I didn't even see that at first. The 2. Triple to 2. Let's check it again. 5-9, sure enough. It's a lead-off triple for Skowron, and the tying run is at third base with nobody out. Excuse me. Here's Freese now. Freese on the season hitting just .231. He's 3 for 13, having appeared in only 7 games. No home runs, just 1 RBI. Baltimore will stay back early. Bertena, full windup. Pitch to Freese is a 6-6 right-handed. Swung on and missed, strike 3. K number 2 for Bertena. And that'll bring up the catcher, Jerry McNertney. McNertney 5 for 12, that's .417. Appearing in just his 6th game. Bertena into the windup. 3-11 left-handed. It's a ground ball to second. A run will score on the play. as Adair throws him out. Skowron comes in with a tying run. RBI for McNertney. And it's a 1-1 tie. 2 down, nobody on, and here's Ken Berry now. Berry hitting .393, 11 for 28. He's appeared in 14 games. No home runs and 5 RBIs. Bertena, the sign from Echeverria. Here's the pitch on a 6-7. That's a base hit into left field. A sharply stroked single for Berry. And he's a star 15 stealer. The Orioles, Bertena is a +4. Terrible hold. Echeverria a 0, so he'd be a 19, not held. They'll hold him, making him a 17. Unfortunately for Berry, he will not be trying for the lead due to the 7 and 8 automatic caught. That's 15 out of 36 he's caught automatically. Prohibitive to try for the lead with Ken Berry. What were his steal numbers that year? That makes me curious. He stole 7 and was caught 10 times. Well, that explains it, doesn't it? It's right there in black and white. Here's Hansen, the shortstop. Hansen batting .221. No homers, 1 RBI. Bertena from the stretch. That's going to be a 2-3 left-handed, and he loses him ball 4. So a walk to Hansen moves Berry to second. And Howard will be the hitter. Howard's a switch hitter. He'll be batting right-handed against Bertena. The pitch from Bertena. 5-9 right-handed. That's a 2-star single for Howard, and a run will score. Berry crosses the plate. An RBI for Howard. And Hansen rounds and heads into third. 2-1 Chicago. And that'll give Don Buford a turn as the lineup flips over. Buford 0 for 1. Batting righty. Pitch for Bertena on a 5-6 right-handed single, 2 stars, and another run will score. It's an RBI single for Don Buford. Hansen scores. Howard to third. And it's 3-1 White Sox. And the White Sox are all over Bertena here in the second. Tommy Agee will come to bat. Agee struck out in the first. Runners at the corners, 2 away. Bertena trying to get out of this inning now. Agee trying to open it up. And here's the pitch on a 4-9 right-handed fly into center field for Blair. He's there. And that will do it. But the White Sox plate 3 on 4 hits and leave a pair. They take a 3-1 lead into the bottom of the second. I'm going to take a short break here and see what the cat's doing. He's meowing at something. Okay. All right, we are back. Sorry about that. Mookie was in a short timeout for climbing up the screen, thinking that he could get to the birds that are outside. Now he's all worked up. Howdy. Oh, that's good. Let's check it here. Checking on Jerry Adair. Let's see what happened there. All righty. Where the hell are they? Here we go. June 13th, he was traded along with Jim Riddle, a minor leaguer, to the White Sox for reliever Eddie Fisher. Well, there you go. Just what the Orioles needed, another good relief pitcher, right? like they didn't have enough pitching. Okay, you can't be up here. You can't. You just can't. You can sit here. Oh yeah, he's a handful today, guys, let me tell you. As kittens can be. Here's Howard getting ready to work the bottom of the second. Bottom of the order for the Orioles is going to be Blair, Etchebarren, and Bertena. Blair comes into the game hitting just .250 and 1 home run, but a team-leading 22 RBIs. He does have 10 extra base hits, 5 doubles, 4 triples, which would place him among the league leaders. Let's check that again, Kenyon. John Riddle. It says John Riddle, and then in parentheses, minors. So Adair and Riddle for Eddie Fisher. Adair obviously became the Whites. That's where he got the 432 at bats, right? He became the starting second baseman, and Buford changed positions. Well, let's look at Buford's card now. This is interesting. Buford must have gone back to third base, where, if you remember, he opened the season. He also was decent in left and right, which is, on this card, is really where he should be playing, with a 3E4 in both positions. 3E32 at first. Yeah, the White Sox tightened up their defense with the Adair trade, replacing a 4E39 at second with a 2E18. So that should help them out. You know, I was wondering about them because they've been one of the more disappointing teams so far in the replay, coming in with a 381 winning percentage when in real life they were a 512 club. Anyway, here's Blair leading off the bottom of the inning. Howard into the windup. That's going to be a 2-5 right-handed. It's a base hit right up the middle for Blair, and he's aboard to lead things off. Blair, a star 15 stealer. Howard a -1, McNertney a +1, so they'll have to hold him on, making him a 13. And here's Andy Etchebarren. Etchebarren 329 so far, 3 homers, a dozen RBIs. Howard from the stretch now delivers the 2-4 right-handed. It's a fly ball into right field, playable for Barry, who's there to haul it in for out number 1. And that'll bring up the pitcher, Frank Bertena. A left-handed hitter. Let's check his bunting rating here. He's a D. Not a good hitter and not a good bunter. Oh well, he's going to hit away. Batting lefty. Pitch from Howard on a 110. Struck him out. Not surprisingly, and with 2 away, Jerry Adair will bat. Adair walked and scored in the first. Howard from the stretch. It's a 5-8 right-handed. It's a grounder down to third base. Gene Freese has it. Long throw across in time, and that will do it for the Birds in the second. No runs, a hit, 1 left on. After 2 complete, it's 3-1 in Chicago. Catching up on the chat now. I'll bet he does, Mike. Riddle never made it to the majors. Thank you, Mike. That is a good question, Kenyon. I don't have the answer to that off of the top of my head. That's got to be in here somewhere, right? Here's their record versus other teams. They're 0-2 against Baltimore, 1-0 against Boston, 2-3 against California. They split 2 games with Cleveland, 1-2 against Detroit, split 4 with Kansas City, split 2 with the Twins, and lost both of 2 to Washington. And we go to the third. Bertana loosening. It's going to be Cater, followed by Skowron and Freese. Left-hander gets his sign from Echeverria now. Here's the windup on the pitch to Danny Cater. It's a 2-9 left-handed. It's a grounder down to third, scooped up by Brooks. That's 1 down. You're hitting it to the wrong ball player, Danny. Here's Phil Skowron now. Tripled and scored in the second. Bertana into the windup. The pitch to Skowron is a 111 left-handed. That's a base hit into left field. So Skowron's 2 for 2. Sharply hit single into left. No threat to run as Gene Freese comes to bat. Freese struck out his first time up against Bertana. Bertana checks the runner at first, now comes set, and from the stretch, delivers to Freese. That's going to be a 3-9 left-handed. That's a high fly ball to left field. That's going to be down and rolled to the wall. That's an open double. Skowron can try to come in on that. Goes to left center, center fielder picks it up. That's Blair. He's a -1. Skowron, 1 through 8. Never mind. Skowron will hold at third. Skowron, who would come in third in a lace with a pregnant woman, stops at third. But the White Sox are in business again. Second and third, only 1 away. Thank you, Ben. Yeah, they've definitely underachieved so far, but you look at some of these fielding ratings. Oh my God, it's not hard to see why. Third inning now, the Orioles will pull the infield in with second and third and 1 out, not wanting to get any further behind. And here's McNertney, 0 for 1. Bertana checks the runner. Now comes to the plate, 6-7. Base hit into left field. That's an open single. The 1 run will score for sure as Skowron crosses the plate. Freese can try to score. He's a 12. Single to left. Blefary is a 0. Skowron's a... Freese is a 12. Freese will hold up. It's an RBI single for McNertney. 4-1, runners at the corners. And here's Barry. Worth noting now is that Bertana is rated only 5 for endurance. And we have action in the Baltimore pen as Eddie Watt loosening. Ken Barry will be the batter. Baltimore will move back to double play depth, first and third and 1 away. Barry singled his first time up. Bertana from the stretch. The pitch to Barry is a 3-9 left-handed. It's a grounder to third. Robinson to Adair. To Powell, not in time, and a run will score. So a 5-4 force gets the run home. And it's 5-1 Chicago. And here's Hansen. Ron Hansen walked his first time up today. Bertana checks the runner. Now the pitch to Hansen is a 5-7 right-handed, and he walks him ball 4. So Hansen walks for the second time today. Barry down to second. And here's the pitcher, Howard. Howard is switch hitter, batting righty. The pitch from Bertana, 6-7 right-handed. It's a base hit into left for the pitcher. Howard is 2 for 2, an open single. Bluffery a 0. Barry could try to score on that. He's a 15 with 2 out, 17. He's coming. They're going to throw through, and he's in there on a 16. So it's an RBI single for Howard, his second of the game. Hansen takes third on the throw, and Barry will score. And that's going to be it for Bertana. Here comes Bauer. He's motioning for the righty. So Bertana knocked out in the third. Eddie Watt jogging in. Bertana in his 2 2/3 innings surrendered 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hits. 6 runs so far, 2 runners on, still his responsibility. He walked a pair, Hansen both times, and struck out a pair. Here's Eddie Watt. Oh, yeah. Well said, Franklin. Well said. And Ben as well. Pitching and defense. Yes, sirree. And Franklin, that was a TKO. He was blasted off the mound by the White Sox. They're going to flip their lineup over. Watt's coming in. Let's check his numbers on the season. He's been in just 2 games. He has 4 1/3 scoreless innings so far. Right-handed pitcher. Worked a lot of innings that year in relief. 146. Well, he started as well. Okay, that explains it. I don't think of Watt as a starter. Of course, it was a little later in his career when I remember seeing him. 69 through 71, 72 maybe, something like that. White Sox still have a threat going with runners at the corners, 2 away, and Don Buford coming to the plate. Watt's finished warming up. Buford will turn around and bat left-handed against Eddie. The sign from Echebarren, and here's the pitch from the stretch to Don Buford. It's a 4-8 left-handed. That's a single into center field. Another run will come in. Holy cow, Hansen scores. Howard will hold at second on an RBI single by Don Buford. And it's 7-1. The White Sox have blown it open. They will bat around this inning as Tommy Agee steps to the plate. Oh, the Oriole fans are stunned. Stunned, Kenyon. Here's Agee, 0 for 2. Watt ready to go now. From the stretch, pitch to Agee is a 6-7 right-handed. It's a grounder to second base X. That's Jerry Adair, 2E18. Jerry ranging to his left. Here's the roll on the play. It's the E rating on a 4 on an 18, and Adair makes an error, and the bases are loaded. Buford down to second. Howard to third. First error of the game for Baltimore. And here's Danny Cater. Watt trying to get out of this inning. Too little, too late, perhaps. Full wind-up. The pitch to Cater on a 4-10 is a shallow fly into center field. Blair coming in fast, and he'll make the catch for the out. So I'm going to split that box. That, however, is not a very good 8. Okay, sorry guys, I gotta fix that. I won't be able to see it. E4. and a fly out 8. So we get an E4, he goes to first, and then he ends the inning with a fly out to center. For the White Sox, 4 runs on 5 hits. They leave the sacks full, and it's a 7-1 laugher. Oh no, that was, God damn it, that was... I beg your pardon. It's Cater who flies out to center to end the inning. Thank you, Ben. Yeah, I caught that. What the hell's going on here? He batted. Thanks for the info on Watt Mike. So Howard now staked to a 6-run lead, getting ready to go to work in the bottom of the inning. Blefary and the Robinsons do. White Sox in good shape here. Notice, however, I'm not counting it as a laugher just yet. We've been watching this Oriole team all year. I'm not quite ready to count them out, although the White Sox are in very good shape. They won this game in real life. There's the real life score. Blefary standing in from the left side. Howard lined up down the pitch. That's a 4-7 left-handed. He struck him out. Second K of the game for Howard. 1 down, and here's Frank Robinson. Howard into the windup. Here's the pitch to Frank. It's a 6-7 right-hander, a grounder to second base X. That's going to be Buford, a 4E39. This is where they get in trouble. This is where Adair will help, right? Here's the play on an 11, E rating. It's a 7 on a 39, and that will be an error on Don Buford. So Robinson aboard on the second White Sox error of the afternoon. Not a threat to steal, and here's Brooks. Howard rated 6 for endurance. Brooks 0 for 1 today. Howard checks the runner, and from the stretch, comes to the plate 3-6, and that is a single 2 stars into center. Frank Robinson will round and hit into third, and the Orioles have runners on the corners with 1 away. Scary batter coming up, the Boog. Singled in a run his first time. 8 home runs on the season. He could get him back into this one with a home run here. Howard checks the runners. The pitch to Boog is a 5-5 left-handed. That is drilled hard to right center. That's going to bounce off the wall for a double. Homer to 11. It's a 17. Frank Robinson will score. It's an open double, but Brooks, a 1-10 runner, will hold up at third. So an RBI double for Powell. He's knocked in both of their runs. Second and third, 1 down, a 7-2 ball game. And here's Davy Johnson. Howard gets the sign from McNertney now. Infield playing 7-2, playing back. The pitch to Johnson is a 2-4 right-handed. It's a grounder to short. B. Hang on a second, I gotta look this one up. Infield back, ground ball B. Second and third. 5. Batter out, runners, both runners advance on that. So on a 4-3X, Brooks Robinson will cross the plate, Powell will take third. That'll be an RBI for Johnson. And it's 7-3. Okay, Paul Blair comes to bat with a runner on third and 2 down. He singled his first time up. Howard staring in now, gets the sign, the windup, the pitch to Blair is a 3-5, struck him out. Howard's third K of the game ends the inning. The Orioles settle for a pair on 2 runs and leave a man. Through 3 complete, it's White Sox 7, Orioles 3. Boy, and you weren't kidding, Franklin. They can come right back. Skowron will lead it off for the White Sox in the 4th. Moose standing in from the right side. He's 2 for 2 today. Tripled and scored in the 2nd, singled and scored in the 3rd. Eddie Watt, his last inning of work, he's due to bat 2nd in the bottom of the inning. Pitch to Moose is a 1-8, a home run 1-5 on a 19. That is going to die on the track, and it's hauled in by Bleffery. One down, and here's Freese. Freese, let's check the bench here. He started against the left-handed pitcher. They've got Weiss, but he can't hit. He could play 2nd with Buford going to 3rd. They're going to bring in Pete Ward. I'll also tighten up the defense a little bit. So Pete Ward, who'd been the starter most of the season, a 4.E10. Doesn't sound great, but a 4.E10 is actually pretty solid at third base, compared to a 4.E53 particularly. Plus he's a left-handed hitter. Ward on the season, 239, a pair of homers, 8 RBIs. The pitch from Watt is a 2-7 right-handed, and he walks him, ball 4. So Ward comes off the bench and draws the walk. Watt a 0 hold. Echebarren a 0 arm. Runner not held, and here's McNertney. Jerry's 1 for 2 today. He's knocked in a pair. Watt, with 1 out, checks the runner. Now comes stretch from the stretch. 2-8 right-handed. That's going to be a grounder to short. That's going to be 2. It's Johnson to Adair to Powell, double play. Pitcher's best friend ends the inning. No runs, no hits, nobody left on. And it's still 7-3 as we move to the bottom of the 4th. Bruce Howard getting loose. It'll be Echebarren in the pitcher's spot and Adair for Baltimore. And there we go, the Boog and the Moog. Moog produced numerous models from 65 to 81. And then the Casio keyboard took over and effed up everything. Here's Echebarren now. Andy 0 for 1. Howard gets the sign from McNertney. Here's the pitch to Andy. 6'3", right-handed. Struck him out. Strikeout number 4 of the game for Howard. And Orioles will send up a pinch hitter for Watt. Mo Grabowski loosening. Both Watt and Grabowski pitched in this game in real life. However, it looks like the Birds are going to need more pitchers than that today. So it started here. He came in there. and an out. So we had we started out with an out. Okay, an out. So he only got one out. So 1 1/3 for Watt. This is what happens to me, guys, when they more than bat around. Bat around plus, you know what I mean? It gets kind of difficult to read. Grabowski came on, allowed a hit and a walk. Sorry, Watt came on, allowed a hit and a walk. 1 run charge to Watt. No, that's not true. No runs charged to Watt. 7 runs, 6 earned for Bertano. Watt did not have a strikeout. All right, that looks close. If not, it'll get fixed when I enter the game manually. Against the righty Howard, Russ Snyder grabs a bat, left-handed hitter. Snyder also appeared in this ball game in real life. A left-handed batter, hasn't played much. He is 3 for 10 on the season. 1 down, Howard into the windup. The pitch to the left-hander is a 4-11 fly to left field X. That's going to be Cater, a 4-14. Cater drifting back. Here's the play. On a 2, he's not going to get it. That's going to be down for extra bases. Snyder rounds and heads into second with a double. So pinch hit double for Russ Snyder. And with 1 out, Jerry Adair will be the hitter. Jerry, 0 for 1 with a walk. Runner on second, 1 away, and here's the pitch to Adair. That's a 5-9 right-handed, swung on and missed, strike 3. And how about that Bruce Howard? That's his 5th strikeout. It'll be up to Kurt Bluffery with 2 down. Kurt is 0 for 2 today. Howard into the windup. The pitch to Kurt is a 4-10 left-handed. That's a fly ball into center field X. That's where Gold Glover AG is patrolling with a 1-8. Racing back to his right. He makes an incredible running catch for the out. It's a web gem by Tommy AG. Oh my God, what a play that was. Only a 1 center fielder could have made that. That's an 8X web jam. And that ends the inning. No runs, a hit, 1 left on. So AG saves a run with an incredible running catch. And we're through 4 in a 7-3 ball game, favor of Chicago. And welcome to DC and Jimmy Jam. DC. Is this the same DC? It must be. That comments regularly. Usually just a very polite and appreciated thanks for the game. Sometimes he'll elaborate a little bit more. Boy, and they did have good pitching. Despite their other woes, the fielding and lack of offense, they came into the game with a 3.41 ERA. That's better than Baltimore's 3.53 team ERA. How does that rank in the league, you might be asking? Well, let's take a look. The White Sox are 4th in team ERA and the Orioles 5th. The Twins lead it with an amazing 3.15. Here's Grabowski coming on now for the 5th. Mo Grabowski on the season. He's been in 5 ball games, no record, and a 2.45 ERA. He'll be facing the bottom of the White Sox order, Barry, Hansen, and Howard. Ken Berry, 1 for 2 today. Grabowski ready to work now. Gets the sign. The windup, the pitch to Berry is a 5-4 right-handed. That's catcher's card X. That will be Echeverria, a 2-E6. Andy, a good catcher. Here's the play. On a 12, that'll be the E rating. It's a 12 on an E6, and he boots it. Error Echeverria, and Berry's aboard. E2. Second Baltimore error of the game. 2 errors on each side. Grabowski with a -2 hold will make Berry a 13. They will not be holding him. Here's Ron Hansen, who walked twice. And that was against Bertana, however. Oh, yeah, Franklin, this scorecard this is a scorer's nightmare right here so far. Here's Hansen, walked twice. Grabowski from the stretch. It's a 1-7 to Hansen. It's a fly ball into center field. It's playable for Blair. And there's one away. Here's Howard now, switch hitter. Turn around and bat left-handed. He's a C bunter. I was going to have him lay it down, but shit, he's 2 for 2. He's going to hit. Here's the pitch on a 6-10 left-handed. Oh, right between 2 hits. He hits a shallow fly into right. Frank Robinson coming. He's there. So Howard denied in his bid for a 3rd hit. And here's Don Buford. Buford's 2 for 2, driven in a pair. Buford, a switch hitter, will bat left-handed against Moe. Moe from the stretch. The pitch to Buford is a 1-7 right-handed. It's a fly into center. That's a can of corn for Blair. And that will do it for the White Sox in the 5th. No runs, no hits. They leave a man. There was an error. And it's still 7-3 as we move to the bottom of the 5th. Bruce Howard getting loose. He'll be facing the heart of the order. That's Robinson, and Powell. Frank Robinson, 0 for 2 on the game so far. Standing in from the right side, Howard, the sign from McNertney. Here's the windup. Here's the pitch to Frank. It's a 5-7 right-handed. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. That's Howard's 6th strikeout of the ball game. And here's Brooks now. Brooks 1 for 2 today. Howard working quickly now. Comes set. The windup. The pitch to Brooks. 1-6 right-handed. A single to 10. That is knocked down by Hansen, but he has no play. That's going to be an infield single for Brooks. And Brooks is 2 for 3. No threat to run. And here's the Boog. Boog 2 for 2 today. He also is knocked in a pair. Howard from the stretch to the Boog. It's a 5-4 left-handed to fly into center. It's a shallow fly ball. Tommy Agee coming hard. He's there to catch up with it. And that's the 2nd out of the inning. 5-4 right in the danger zone there on Howard's card. Oh my goodness. And here's Davey Johnson with 2 now. Johnson once again a rare start at shortstop today. 0 for 2. Howard from the stretch. 1-6 right-handed. That's a triple to 4 on a 15. He'll settle for a long single. Brooks Robinson will round and go into 3rd. 2-star single for Davey Johnson. With runners at the corners and 2 down, it's going to be Paul Blair. Blair, the team's RBI leader, came into the game with 22 RBIs. And now McNertney's headed out to the mound to have a little chat with Howard. Just make sure he's okay. Howard says he's fine. S6 for endurance. McNertney back in the crouch now, flashing some signs. Howard checks the runners and from the stretch delivers to Paul Blair. On a 5-6 triple to 2, that's going to hold up in center for Agee, who runs it down for the third out. So nice defensive work by the Sox in that inning. No runs, 2 hits, 2 men left on, and we are through 5 innings in Baltimore. 7-3 White Sox. White Sox need a win badly to try to climb back into this race. Baltimore cruising with a nice, comfortable lead, so it's hard to feel sorry for them at this juncture. Plenty of ball game left, though. 4-run game. Grabowski will come out for his second inning of work and face Agee, Cater, and Skowron. Tommy Agee 0 for 3 today. Still off to a very slow start. Remember, Agee came into this ball game hitting just 195. Grabowski gets the sign from Echeverry. The windup, the pitch to Tommy is a 3-2, and he draws the walk. So a leadoff walk to Agee, and Agee can run all day long. He's a star 17. 15 not held. He'll be held on, making him a 13. And here's Danny Cater. Cater 0 for 3 today. Grabowski now working out of the stretch. It's a 5-9 right-handed. It's a grounder to short X. Could be 2. Dave Johnson is not Aparicio, however. He's a 3E48. Here's the roll on the play. On a 10, that's the E rating. It's a 12 on a 48, and he boots it for the error. Error, Davey Johnson. E4, that's Davey's second error of the ball game, and the third for the normally sure-handed Orioles. First and second, nobody out, and here is Skowron now. Moose is 2 for 3 today. Hang on, I gotta refresh this so I can see the bottom of the chat. And welcome, Perry. Good to have you, sir. First and second, nobody out, and here's Skowron, 2 for 3. Grabowski from the stretch delivers a 111. It's a high fly ball to deep left field. Backing up his bluffery on the track makes the catch. So Skowron almost got that one. As it is, it's allowed out to left field, and Pete Ward will be the hitter. Ward came into the game for Freese and walked his first time up. Whoops, and we have technical difficulties. There it is, okay. I lost picture just for a moment there. First and second, 1 out. Grabowski delivers the pitch to Ward. A 3-3 right-handed. It's a grounder to short. Johnson has it. Throws to Adair. On to Powell. Not in time. That's a grounder to shortstop B. That will be a 4-6-4. Cater forced. Agee to third. So there's 2 away. And the catcher, Jerry McNertney, will come to the plate. Jerry 1 for 3 today. Trying to add on here. Grabowski trying to get out of this inning. Checks the runner from the stretch. 6-4 right-handed is a grounder to third base X. That's Brooks Robinson, 1E13. Robinson dives towards the line. Error range 9 on a 13 and makes a spectacular catch. Throws him out. Oh my God, it's a run-saving play by Brooks Robinson, 5-3X web jam, and the side is retired. No runs, no hits, 2 left on. There was a walk and there was an error. The White Sox fail to add on in the 6th. We go to the bottom of the 6th, still 7-3 Chicago. This will be the first inning of potential fatigue for Bruce Howard now. Howard has allowed 7 hits. He's scattered them, struck out 6. We'll have Echebarren, a pinch hitter, and Jerry Adair. Here's Andy, 0 for 2. Howard gets the sign. The windup, pitch to Echebarren is a 6-7 right-handed. It's a grounder to second base X. That's Buford, a 4E39. Here we go. There's the play on an 11 E rating. It's a 5 on a 39, and not surprisingly, he boots it. Buford's second error of the game. 3 errors per side. Each second baseman has committed 2. And now we'll have a pinch hitter. Meanwhile, we have action in the Chicago pen. So they would end up having right. Fisher's the closer. We haven't seen much out of Hoyt Wilhelm this season so far. Let's see if we can get him in the game. Wilhelm throwing. And we'll have a batter for Drabowski. Mo Drabowski went 2 innings today. Did not give up a hit. No runs. Walked 1, did not strike out a batter. Gene Brabender throwing for Baltimore. And the Orioles will send up a batter for Drabowski. Only left-handed hitter is the backup catcher. So in that situation, I'm going to stick with the guy who played in this game in real life, and that would be Sam Bowens. Bowens, a right-handed batter. Let's see what he's done so far. He is 2 for 5 on the season. He does have 1 home run. So Bowens exclusively as a pinch hitter so far. Howard checks the runner from the stretch, delivers to Bowens 112, and he hits him. Oh my goodness. You know that one got away. I doubt if Howard's trying to hit anybody, protecting a 4-run lead here, with the White Sox so desperately needing a win. So Bowens is on. He's got some speed. And here's Jerry Adair. Wilhelm's ready. Righty versus righty here. First and second, nobody out. Here's the pitch to Adair. That's a 6-8 right-handed. That's a liner right into the glove of Ward. So Adair hits a soft liner to third, right into the glove of Ward. And there's one away. Kurt Blefary will be the hitter now. Blefary's 0 for 3 today. Howard from the stretch. pitch to Bleffery is a 1-4, grounder to second base. Buford smothers it, throws to first. Both runners will advance, but he makes the play for the out. Second and third, 2 down now. And here comes Frank Robinson. I think it's safe to say if Howard doesn't get Robinson, that's going to be about the end of the line. Hasn't given up a hit or a walk this inning, but an error and a hit batter, and it's second and third, 2 down. Big Frank 0 for 3 today. Howard into the windup now. The pitch to Frank Robinson is a 3-3 fly ball to left. That's going to do it. Cater settles under it, and Howard wiggles out of it. No runs, no hits, 2 left on. And what a job by Bruce Howard. Oh my goodness, through 6 here, it is 7-3 White Sox. And here comes Braybender to pitch for the Orioles, their 4th pitcher of the afternoon. If I sound a little stunned, it's because I am. I'm so used to watching this Oriole team just cruise to it day after day. A little surprising. Started thinking that they were unbeatable. You know what I mean? Braybender's only been in 2 games. His ERA is, are you ready for this? 63.00. He pitched only 1 inning and he was lit up. Lit up like a pinball machine. He'll be facing the bottom of the Chicago order. Ken Berry to start us off. He's 1 for 3 today. Braybender getting the side from Echeverry. Here's the windup now. Here's the pitch to Berry on a 2-8. It's a base hit into center field. Berry starts it off with a single. He's 2 for 4. Braybender, however, with an excellent -4 hold. That makes Berry a 1 through 11, and they won't need to hold him on. And here's Hansen. Hansen 0 for 1, walked twice against Pertainen. Braybender from the stretch now. The pitch to Hansen is a 1-6 grounder to short. Johnson has it to Adair, and that's all they'll get. Berry comes in hard on the slide, and they don't even try to throw to first. That'll go as a 6-4 force. Now I'm thinking about what to do. Yeah, thank you, Kenyon. I love that. Yeah, he's got to be better than a 63 ERA, doesn't he? Howard, a C bunter, he's going to lay it down. On a 7, it's a successful sacrifice bunt for Howard, and Hansen takes second. Just trying to stay out of the double play there. And with 2 down, Don Buford will try to pick him up. Buford's last at bat of the day. He's going to be coming out for defense. Buford batting left-handed. He's 2 for 4. Braybender checks the runner, and now to wind up the pitch is a 5-9 left-handed, swung on and missed, strike 3. And Buford's going to call it a day. No runs, a hit, nobody left. And Al Weiss will come in and take over at second. Weiss at 2E12. Yeah, you can sure see why they traded for Adair, can't you? The question is, where does Buford go? I'm guessing he goes to third base. He played every day, it looks like, 607 at-bats. So after the White Sox acquire Adair, my guess is he goes back to third base. We'll see. They've been playing Ward and Freese. The start of the season, they had Buford at third and Ward in left. Freese, of course, terrible defensively at third. I would say that makes the most sense, but again, I don't make out the lineup, so we'll have to see what happens. Howard ready to begin his 7th inning of work. Brooks Robinson will start it off for the Birds after we stretch here a little bit for the 7th. And can everyone see the picture? I'm having issues. I can't. I've just got this thing spinning around here. We'll take a short pause and see what happens. Can everyone see okay? The camera looks good, but I've got no picture on the laptop on my end. And Franklin says it's okay. Well, then we'll proceed with the bottom of the 7th. I don't need to see it. Only you guys need to see it. Brooks, 2 for 3 today. Howard getting the sign now from McNertney. That's going to be a 3-10 right-handed. That's a leaner on the 20. We're rolling that one again. That's a 3. In either case, it is gone. 3-10, 1-17. Brooks Robinson has just blasted it out of here. And it's a 7-4 game. 3rd hit of the day for Brooks Robinson. For Brooks, that's his 3rd home run of the season. Yeah, I can see the chat, Franklin, so it must be live, but I don't have any, I can't see the field. I think yeah. Okay, Wilhelm's ready to work now. Howard's getting one more batter here. Big conference on the mound. Stanky came out. McNertney came out. Hansen came in from shortstop. Now they're back in their positions. Boog Powell at the plate. I'm really thinking about yanking him right here. They're not going to mess around with Boog. They're going to change pitchers now and bring in the left-hander Pizarro. So that'll be it for Howard. Not normally how I play it, but the White Sox really need a win, and it's 7-4 now. No rooting interest on my part. I leave that to you guys. I lose that luxury when I bring you the game. So Howard will settle for 6+. Well, they're in Baltimore, so there wouldn't be a big hand for Howard, would there? 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hits, 4 runs. That's the second out, single, double. Both of those runs were unearned, so 4 runs, 2 earned. He walked 1 and hit a batter, and fanned 6. Here comes Pizarro to face Powell. Wilhelm's still ready down there if they need a right-hander. Well, you know, you're right, Kenyon, but he's the only lefty they have, and at least it puts Powell on the lesser side of his card. He's still dangerous. Powell came into the game with 8 home runs of his own, and he's 2 for 3 today. Pizarro's ready to go now. Powell standing in from the left side. The pitch from Pizarro. 6-6 left-handed. It's a tapper down to first base. Skowron's going to take it himself, and that will do it. And here comes Stanky. That's it for Pizarro. He's going to Wilhelm. Wilhelm's been dying to get into this game. Wilhelm, who worked 81 innings of relief that year in real life. So far in the replay, he's only been in 1 game. He's had a 2-inning save. So Wilhelm needing some work, plus he's the right man for the job here with 3 right-handers due up. And here's Davy Johnson. Give me a second here. There we are. Johnson, 1 for 3. Wilhelm ready to work now. Flutters 1 up there, 1-6. It's a triple to 4 on a 15. He'll settle for a long single. And it's a 1-out hit for Davy Johnson. Seven to 4, but it feels closer, doesn't it? Here's Paul Blair now, 1 for 3 today. Wilhelm checks the runner. Comes to the plate, 6-6. It's a grounder down to third. Ward has it to Buford. That's all they'll get. It's a 5-4 force. 2 away. Blair to first now. Blair will have to be held on. Wilhelm a +3 hold. McNertney a +1. 19-17. He's held at 17, but of course with the 8 and 10 automatic caught, there's no way he's going to try for it, especially not with 2 outs. And Andy Etchebarren at the plate. At this point in time, right, Mike? He was 43 and 66, I think, right? Pitched till he was 49, yep. Ah, the knuckleballer. And there's Gerald. Yeah, he was never young. He didn't seem like it anyway. And he's 0 for 3 today. Runner on first, 2 down. Wilhelm gets the sign. Here's the pitch on a 1-2. It's a grounder to short, ++. With the runner being held, it's a single, 2 stars. Oh my goodness. And now we're going to have a pinch hitter. With the score 7-4, the tying run will come to the plate. It will be a batter for Brabender. So Brabender, just an inning. 1 hit, no walks, and a K. Due up for the Sox, all righties. Dick Hall throwing. God, they're just loaded, aren't they? And they're going to get Fisher? who's been the closer. There's another great card. They've still got the closer, Stu Miller, who hasn't even taken his jacket off yet. They're looking for an ARN shot here. Find somebody with some slugging. He's a weak. God, they're all weak. All 4 batters on the bench have W power. It'll be Rosnovsky. Mostly because I just like saying the name. Just kidding, just kidding. So Rodnowski, a left-handed batter, will pinch hit for Bravebender. Runners at the corners, 2 down. Wilhelm ready now. The pitch is a 2-4. It's a tapper down to first. Powell will take it himself, and that will do it. Sorry, Powell. Skowron will take it himself. The Orioles get a run on the leadoff homer by Brooks Robinson. 1 run, 3 hits. They leave a pair. After 7 complete in Baltimore, it's 7-4 Chicago. Plenty of time for drama. The dots are RBIs, Thomas, and thank you for joining us, Thomas Barrett. I really don't need to put that anymore since I'm entering the games manually into the Windows version for stat keeping purposes, but it's an old habit, and especially at our age, most of what we do is largely out of habit. Alrighty, to the 8th we go. Tightens it up a little bit here. 7-4 White Sox. They'll send up A.G. Cater and Skowron against Dick Hall. Hall, 5th pitcher today for the Orioles. He's been in 5 games. He's 2-0 with a save, has 5 2/3 scoreless innings to his credit. A.G.'s 0 for 3 with a walk, trying to get untracked. Hall, the windup, the pitch to A.G. 4-12 right-handed. It's a shallow fly to left field. Bleffery coming on to make the catch. 1 down, and Danny Cater will be the hitter. Hall into the windup. The pitch to Cater is a 4-6 right-handed. It's a 2-hopper down to third. Frank Robinson's on it and throws him out. 2 away quickly, and Moose Skowron will be the batter. Hall gets the sign now. The pitch to Moose is a 1-6 right-handed base hit up the middle. Sharply hit single into center for Skowron. Skowron's 3 for 5. And that'll let Pete Ward have another at bat. 0 for 1 with a walk, left-handed batter. Hall gets the side now. The pitch to Ward is a 1-11 right-handed. It's a 2-hopper to first. Powell, a race to the bag. And Powell gets there first. No runs, a hit, 1 left on. And let's see now. We're going to check the White Sox defensively. They're going to pull Cater and bring Floyd Robinson in to play left. Robinson has not started the last couple of games. I'm not sure exactly why. Could be just because they were facing a left-handed pitcher. a 2E12 plus 1 in left. So a bit of an improvement on Cater. And Wilhelm will come out and pitch the 8th. Top of the order for the Birds. And Thomas, yeah, there are no weird questions. Believe me, one of the things I most enjoy is helping people new to the game. Just ask Ben Witz. Ben came on here, watched a few games, and ordered his first ever Strat-O-Matic set. That's got to be just the coolest frickin' thing, right? Here come the Birds in the 8th. Jerry Adair to start it off. He's 0 for 3 with a walk. Wilhelm gets the sign from McNertney. And here's the pitch on a 111. It's a foul ball, left side. Ward camped under it. And there's one down. Kurt Bluffery will be the batter now. Kurt's 0 for 4 today. Wilhelm gets the sign, the windup, the pitch to Bluffery's a 1-5 right-handed, and he loses him, ball 4. So a walk to the left-hander, and here come the Robinsons. Runner on first, one down. Here's Frank Robinson. Big Frank is 0 for 4 today. Bluffery not held. From the stretch, here's the pitch to Frank. It's a 6-8 right-hander. He pops him up on the right side. Skowron there to make the catch, and there's 2 down. And here comes Brooks now. Brooks 3 for 4 today, including a home run. Home run here would get him right back in it. Wilhelm staring in now. Here's the pitch. Whoops. Here's the pitch to Brooks on a 2-11 right-handed. It's a grounder down to first base. Skowron to his right. Has it. Feeds Wilhelm covering. And that's the side. After 8 complete, it's 7-4 Chicago. And before the Sox bat in the 9th, I'll throw this out to the group. Should Wilhelm pitch the 9th? Or should they go to the closer, Eddie Fisher? Think about that one. You've got half an inning. I'll gladly take input on this, because I'm on the fence on this one, guys. Need your help here. Plus, you guys know I like to get you involved whenever I can. Even when I can't. Oh, Thomas, don't even worry about it. We're not on... There's no formality here at all. Hall coming out for his second inning of work. It'll be McNertney, Berry, and Hansen for the White Sox. Jerry McNertney 1 for 4 today. Hall gets the sign. Here's the windup. Pitch to Jerry. He's a 3-6 right-hander. It's a little 2-hopper to short. Davey Johnson has it and throws him out. 1 away. Ken Berry will be the batter. Ken's 2 for 4. Scored twice, drove in a run. Hall gets the sign. Here's the windup and the pitch. pitch. That's a 1-6 right-handed. It's a single to 5 on a 20. That liner is speared by the human vacuum cleaner, Brooks Robinson. Well, no surprises there, is there? That's a good question, Mike. Considering he pitched for 6 or 7 more years, I'd say he probably does. Here's Ron Hansen now, 0 for 2, walked twice. Hall trying to set him down in order. Here's the windup on the pitch to Hansen on a 5-12. It's a grounder to first base X. That's going to be Powell, a 3-E-17. Boog ranging to his right. Here's the play on a 4. He's not going to get that one. That's by him and into right field for a 2-out single. So Hansen with his first hit of the day. And now I'm going to look at the chat. They like Hoyt. So we're going to let Hoyt bat. Let's check his hitting rating. He's a 1. WR. The pitch from Hall. 1-7. He struck him out, not surprisingly. No runs, a hit, 1 left. Fasten your seatbelts. We're going to the bottom of the 9th. 7-4 Chicago. Wilhelm will at least begin the inning. Defense for Chicago. We've already got it in there. Trying to find anything else possible. Who's catching? McNertney. Normally I don't mess with the catchers. I was just thinking that sometimes I have brought Weiss in at... No, I haven't brought him in at short either. He's a 3-E-68. That's even worse than Hansen. So he'll stay at second. Baltimore will have Powell, Davy Johnson, and Paul Blair here in the bottom of the 9th, trailing by 3. And I want to take this time to thank everybody once again for joining me. It's your replay, guys. I appreciate the support. Hit that like button for me on the way out. That helps the channel. Wilhelm's ready to go. In steps the Boog. He's 2 for 4 today. He's knocked in a pair. Wilhelm, the windup. The pitch to the Boog is a 4-8 left-handed. A single on a 1, but that liner is speared by Al Weiss at second base, who came into the game for defense. So nice leaping grab, Weiss. That's a big out for Wilhelm. As you can see just looking at his card, he's much better against right-handers. So Powell was the scary one for Hoyt. Here's Davy Johnson now. He's 2 for 4 today. Wilhelm gets the sign from McNertney. Flutters one up there, 5-4. It's a grounder to third base X. That's Ward, a 4-E-10. Ward ranging to his left. Here's the play on a 10. It's that dreaded 5 on an E10, and he boots it. Error Ward. Oh my goodness, the errors in this one. Fourth error for the White Sox. The Orioles have 3. So Johnson at first with 1 down. And here's Blair. Blair 1 for 4. Hoyt gets the sign. Knuckler 1-2. Pops him up left side. Infield fly rule. Hansen under it. And the Birds are down to their last out. That'll be Andy Etchebarren. Wilhelm trying to close it out here. 7-4, bottom of the 9th, runner on first and 2 down. And here's the pitch to Etchebarren. It's a 5-4 right-handed grounder to third base X. Ward gets another shot. 4-E-10. Here's the play on an 18. He's got it. Throws in time. And that's the ball game. 5-3-X. And the White Sox win it 7-4. Thank you, guys. Good game today. Two and 2/3. Wilhelm picks up the save. That's his second save of the season. Howard with the win, his first decision of the year. He's 1-0. Bertena, of course, takes the loss and drops to 1-1. I'll have the rest of the totals here for you in just a second. Wilhelm, 2 and 2/3 for the save. He allowed only 2 hits, no runs, walked 1, and did not strike out anyone. Hall worked 2 hits, no runs, no walks, 1 K. That was a much needed win for the Sox, Ben. Absolutely. They improved to 9-13. And I hear you. That did feel closer than it was. We've seen it many times out of this Baltimore team. They're scary. Totals on the game for the White Sox: 7 runs, 12 hits, 4 errors. Orioles, 4 runs, 10 hits, 3 errors. And player of the game, Mike likes Howard. Howard pitched well and had 2 RBIs. That's a good point. When you throw in the offensive side of Howard, who were the other big RBI men? Buford had a pair. McNertney had a pair. And Hoyt shut the door. You know, I'm going to award co-players of the game to Howard and Hoyt. We know it wasn't Pizarro. He only faced one batter. Howard got him there, and Wilhelm deserves credit as well against the tough Baltimore lineup shutting the door. So that's your ball game. See, tomorrow is Friday. That's going to be the Washington Senators at the California Angels. Phil Ortega for Washington. Marcelino Lopez for California. 1:30 Pacific. Join me for that. I still do not have... Now I finally have screen again. How about that? Not important to me. Only important that you guys can see it. I don't need to see it. Hell of a game here in Baltimore where the White Sox beat the Orioles 7-4. I want to thank you guys once again for joining me. Have a great evening and hopefully see you tomorrow. Spokane Steve wishing you all a pleasant good evening. Take care, everybody.